Did you know you can visit the US legally without a visa? The United States has something called the Visa Waiver Program, or the ESTA program. This is a program that's been set up for citizens of certain countries, mostly in Europe and a handful in Asia, where citizens of those countries can travel to the United States just with their passport and stay here for up to 90 days and then return again. However, the downside is you will be limited to a 90-day visit, and your activities must be limited to just those of a visitor. You won't be able to change your status, for instance, from the Visa Waiver Program to another kind of visa, because by its definition, it's not a visa. It's the right to visit the United States without a visa by virtue of your citizenship.
Did you know that citizens of at least...
Hello everyone. Well, in today's episode, 41 countries have received good news of being included in the USA Waiver Program 2025. It's so sad no countries in Africa have been included in the program. It's a joy for majority of European countries who have been included in the program. That means citizens of the 41 countries can visit USA for a period of 90 days without a visa. Just a passport needed. Let's watch.
1 countries can enter the United States without a visa. If you're eligible to participate in the ESTA program, you can enter the United States without a visa and stay here for up to 90 days. Most European countries are eligible for the ESTA, including Japan and Australia. Recently, Qatar was added to the list and will be eligible to join the ESTA program on December 1st. But if you overstay the ESTA, even by 1 day, you may not be eligible to participate in this program ever again, and you'll need to apply for a regular tourist visa.
Talk about the implementation of executive order from President Trump regarding is it executive order or just an update? I don't remember if it was the executive order, but it is a change to the immigration process in how they treat the waiver programs for visa applications. So prior, you could get your interview waived given that you're renewing within the same class a visa was issued. There's no violation against it, and you're applying within the same consular district that you did prior. So it waive you from getting an in-person interview and you just submit the documents, right? That was up to 48 months of the visa being expired. Now it's down to 12 months. So you have to renew within 12 months of a visa being expired to within the same categories for you to be granted a waiver. So check your passports. When last the visa is expired.
A friendly update that you may not know about. If you have an I-601A provisional waiver pending, don't forget to get in contact with the National Visa Center and make sure they have your updated DS-260, your biographic information, your financial information. You want to also start working on that. So by the time the waiver is approved, you will be documentarily qualified and the embassy would be ready to schedule you for your interview. If you start on the National Visa Center portion after the waiver is approved, it may take another year or so to get your interview abroad. So you want to touch bases with the NVC and let them know what you're doing and make contact with them and still give them that required information so it'll be documentarily qualified in time for when the waiver is approved.
Hey travelers, so update from the US Embassy. This is regarding to the Visa Waiver Interview Program. Before, it used to be, once your visa has been expired for more than 48 months, you are no longer granted a visa waiver interview. Now, it has been reduced to 12 months. What does this mean? If your visa has been expired for more than 12 months, you are no longer eligible for the Visa Waiver Program. And the interview waiver program basically means you would not have had to gone into the US Embassy for a physical interview. Once you have submitted your documents, they will let you know if your visa was granted or not, and you just send in your passport, the visa is put in the passport, and you get it back. Now, if 12 months has passed and didn't do the renewal, you will need to go back into the embassy and do an interview. And this was extended really and truly during COVID, when there was a backlog and everything. So now that they have cleared the backlog, they have gone back to 12 months. So what does this mean, guys? Once your visa has been expired or soon to expire, you need to go and get it renewed as soon as possible.
Did you know that America is now reconsidering its decision to add Romania into its visa waiver program? We were so close, and now we got this sad news. And this is happening because of the presidential annulment that happened in Romania just a few months ago. So what do you guys think? Should Romania still be allowed in America's visa waiver program or not? I personally think it should, because a lot of people were really looking forward to it.
ESTA, also known as the Electronic System Travel Authorization, or the Visa Waiver Program, is a program designed to allow people from certain countries to enter the United States without a visa. They go online, fill out an application, pay $21, and they get a travel authorization valid for up to 2 years. But you use that travel authorization to enter the United States for a maximum period of 90 days. You're not allowed to change your status. You cannot extend your status, but you can enter for tourism or business purposes. Here are the list of countries that are part of the Visa Waiver Program, meaning if you have a passport from any of these countries, you can enter the United States without that visa and using ESTA instead. You need to know, though, that if you have ever applied for a visa and it has been denied, you are ineligible to obtain ESTA.
The United States has released their Visa Waiver Program. This is essentially citizens of these countries can travel to the United States for 90 days, up to 90 days, without requiring a visa. And guess what? African countries are not included. On that list, we find mostly European and Asian countries have Andorra, Australia, Austria, Belgium, Brunei, Chile, Croatia, Czech Republic, Denmark, Estonia, Finland, France, Germany, Greece, Hungary, Iceland, Ireland, Israel, Italy, Japan, Latvia, Liechtenstein, Lithuania, Luxembourg, Malta, Monaco, Netherlands, New Zealand, Norway, Poland, Portugal, Qatar, Romania, San Marino, Singapore, Slovakia, Slovenia, South Korea, Spain, Sweden, Switzerland, Taiwan, and United Kingdom. How sad is it that there is no countries in Africa included on their visa waiver program 2025, yet many citizens in America can travel to many countries, if not all of them, visa free. I don't have such a problem. I hold a Canadian passport. Actually, Canada is also similar. What do you think? This has an impact because this up to 90 days allows traveler to come and visit family and travel and business as well. So one can not say that it doesn't have an impact because just the free movement is where they get us. But I also see another economic point here, because can you imagine how much money we have to pay? You have to pay for the visa in the United States, because I know most of you are obsessed with coming to the United States. This is quite unfair, but my concern is mostly how it does infringe the movement of the business people. Like imagine Aliko Dangote, he even said that the richest black man in the world, he is gonna need a visa. He has to go through the process to come to the United States. Although now under Trump's new policy, he can buy his citizenship in the US or the gold card for $5 million. You would think in 2025 this type of thinking is no longer in place, where they are really literally forbidding, making it harder for people from Africa to travel to the US or even Canada. Like, why do they still need the visas? And they pay a lot of money. It's not cheap. How much do you pay for your visa in the United States? Let me know. I'm not going to do research on this one. This has to change. I mean, 2025, not a single country on the continent of Africa is on that list. Yet you have those names I just said. Even like Liechtenstein. Wow. And no one. Dangote and any other billionaires in Africa will have to apply for a visa. So impact is huge. economic impact, family. Many of you have family in the US. Maybe the reverse should also be done. Are there any countries in Africa that has more stringent visa requirement for US citizens? Let me know if you know of any. I can't think of any. I know to go to some places they need a visa, but you can get it when you land. Like in Rwanda, most visa can be done people land. And I think last time I checked it was only $50. By the way, the many countries you can visit with your passport is also how they measure your global passport index, how it's powerful. So that's where you find that the most powerful passports are in Asia or Europe. I believe Japan is up there, so it's France and Germany as the really more powerful passport in the world. No, sorry guys, they don't want in the US. Maybe we should go somewhere else. And for our families, I guess we should meet somewhere else. Wow. That's rather sad, guys.
Cypriots traveling visa-free to the US. EMI News. Cyprus is on the brink of joining the US Visa Waiver Program, allowing Cypriot citizens visa-free travel to the United States for up to 90 days. Final preparations are underway, with a delegation from the US Department of State scheduled to visit Cyprus to finalize the agreement. This development follows Romania's recent inclusion in the program and signifies strengthened ties between Cyprus and the United States. Once approved, Cypriot travelers will need to obtain an electronic system for travel authorization, ESTA, before their trip, simplifying the process for business and tourism visits. The anticipated visa-free travel is expected to boost tourism and business opportunities between the two nations.
The U.S. Visa Waiver Program in 2025 is a game changer for travelers. Imagine stepping off the plane in the U.S. without the hassle of a visa. With this program, eligible visitors can stay for up to 90 days for tourism, business, or even just passing through. It's like having a VIP pass to America. Now, with 43 participating countries, including new additions like Romania and Qatar, the program is more accessible than ever. Just think about the freedom to explore iconic landmarks, attend business meetings, or visit family without the long visa application process. But remember, eligibility is key. You need a valid e-passport and to apply for an ESTA, which is quick and straightforward. So if you're from one of the participating countries, get ready to pack your bags and enjoy the ease of travel in 2025.
Was it right for Donald Trump administration to leave African countries out of the 2025 waiver program? Let me know what you think about the above statement in the comment section below, and don't forget to like, subscribe and share. Thank you.